Okay, let's get started. So today's session is going to be a range of standing movements. We're going to have some movements down on the mat, and then we're going to finish off with some good core movements at the end. So to start with, if we stand on our mat and we start with our breathing and our positioning as we always do, just stand nice and comfortably through your feet, body weight distributed through the feet, and then just close your eyes and take 3 deep breaths. With each inhalation, think of getting taller and bringing yourself up as if there's a string coming out the top of your head. As you exhale, let all the air come out of your lungs, fully empty the lungs, and then inhale again deeply. Inhale right into the belly. Exhale fully. And one more, deep inhalation. Deep exhalation, and then open your eyes, and then we're going to take all the body weight through one foot and then the body weight through the other foot. So we are just gently rocking side to side, feeling the weight distribute through the body, left to right. Then we're going to move that movement forward onto the front of the feet, back onto the heels. So we're not necessarily going up on the toes, it's just distributing that weight into the ball of the foot and into the heel of the foot. Finding your balance point and just finding your natural center. Okay, then we're going to start with some hip circles. So you're just going to circle the hips, nice small circle to start with. And then make that circle bigger and bigger. So you're really circling all the way around. And then change direction. Start with big circles this time in the opposite direction. And then bring them into smaller little circles. Perfect. Then just think about the head. Bring the chin to chest. And then take the head back. Chin to chest. Head back. 2 more of those. And then left ear to left shoulder. Circle the head forward. Right ear to right shoulder. It's half circles of the neck. And then head to center, and then circling the shoulders. So shrug the shoulders up, nice and high, bring them down, up and down. Big circles with the shoulders. And then the opposite, bring the shoulders forward. Again, shrugging up as high as you can, down and up. 2 more. Perfect. Then bring the arms up in front of you and rotate around. Let the whole spine rotate around. Try and keep the hips facing the front. So the rotation's coming from above the hips. One more each side. Perfect. And then hands above the head. This is one everybody hates. One hand forward, one hand backward. So just doing some big arm circles. Forward. And then stop them at the top. And bring them the opposite way around. Good. And then hands to the side. We're going to slide one hand down the leg and bring it back up. One hand down the other leg and bring it back up. And this time I want you to start thinking about the breathing that we do in Pilates. So as we come down the leg, inhale down, exhale up, inhale down, exhale up. And if you need to slow the movements to your breath, and it means you're not doing it in time with me, that's fine. You want the movements to be timed to your breath. Doesn't matter if you end up doing one more or one less rep. It's about working with your own breath. I'll remind you in each exercise which bits we do on the inhale, which we do on the exhale. It starts to become natural once you do a lot of Pilates. And one more. Good, and relax. And then for the legs and the back, we're just going to stand sideways on our mat, and we're just going to start with those roll downs. So you're going to bring your chin to your chest. You're going to slowly roll down. If you need to bend the knees a little bit, that's absolutely fine. And then walk the hands out on your mat. We pause in that position, just holding a nice, strong, tall plank. And then we walk the hands back, trying to keep those legs straight for as long as we can. And then roll it back up. So this time with the breath, we exhale down. Inhale, walk the hands out. Exhale in that paused position. Inhale, walk the hands back. Exhale, uncurl. The top. One more time with that. Inhale, roll down. Exhale, walk the hands out. Inhale for a pause. Exhale, walk the hands back. And then we uncurl to the top. Perfect. Okay, I just want to open the hip joints up a little bit before we move on. So I'm going to do these, open the gates and close the gates. So you're just lifting your knee up high, bringing the hip around in an outward circle, and then circling it back in. We just do a couple on each side just to mobilize that hip joint. One more. Good. And then just pedal the feet. So from the side, we're just up and down, just getting some movement through the foot joints and through those toes. Okay, right. We are starting off today with hip hinges. So Laura and Linz, you've both done these with me before in PT sessions. Hip hinge is one of the most important movements we do. So with a hip hinge, we are not squatting. A squat is when we do this. A hip hinge is when we hinge from the hips. So the knees bend a little bit, but most of the movement is coming from the hips. So this is what we do if we're doing a deadlift. And our knees will bend unless we've got really long hamstrings. But we're just working on that hip hinge and working on really engaging through the glutes and the hamstrings to learn how to do that position. So the first round is just going to be a straightforward hip hinge. So level one, all I want you to do is inhale as you come forward into that hip hinge position. You want to be your back parallel to the floor, no bend, see nice flat back. And then we exhale as we come back up. And you should be squeezing the glutes as you come back up. So inhale down. Squeeze the glutes, exhale to come back up. Inhale down. Really focus on squeezing those glutes before you move to come back up. So time this with your breath. Inhale for the down. Squeeze and return. Squeeze the glutes to come back up. Good. And 3 more. Inhale down. Squeeze to come back up. And again, inhale down. Squeeze. Good. Let's finish on this one. Squeeze to come back. Okay. Just shake the legs out. We're then going to go into a B stance hip hinge. So a B stance is basically the starting of doing single leg hip hinges. But what we're doing is we're using the back leg as like kickstand. So basically what we want to move into is we want to move into being able to do a hip hinge where the leg comes up behind us. But the way in which we start to load that is by keeping the back leg on the floor. So all of the weight is in my right leg here. The left leg is just touching the floor lightly to give us some balance. So we're going to do the same again with that right leg, all the weight going through that right leg. We're going to inhale as we come forward. Keep the other foot on the floor, just keep your balance. Exhale, squeeze that right glute to bring you back up. Inhale as we come down. All the weight in that front leg. Exhale as we come up. And again, inhale down. Exhale, back up. Good. Inhale down. Exhale, back up. And again, down. And 3 more. In, down. Out for the up. Good. 2 more. Inhale down. And last one. Good. And then shake the legs. Hopefully you can feel that in the bum. And then this time we're going to do exactly the same, but on the other side. So this time for me, it's my left leg. If you use the other side, then obviously move on to your other side. Left leg forward, right leg behind. All of the weight is coming through this front leg. The back leg is purely there for balance and support. So we're going to inhale, take the hips back, hip hinge forward so we're parallel to the floor. Squeeze the glutes to come back up. The left glute should be doing all the work. Forward. And back. Inhale down. Exhale up. Really squeeze that glute as you return. Inhale down. Squeeze to return. Good. And again, inhale down. Squeeze. Good. 3 more. Inhale. And 2 more. Focus on that breathing. Last one. Inhale down. Good. And shake the legs. Right. So for the last round, this is going to be level 3. If you're ready to move on to level 3, do so. If you need to stay with level 1 or level 2, that's also fine. Each the way we layer these up is so that you can stay at the level that suits you best. So this time for me is going to be right leg first. And this time you're letting that leg come up behind you. If you can, with balance, it's really, really good for balance. My balance is terrible. So if you wobble around a little bit, doesn't matter. The more you do this, the better you'll get at it. So what we're going to do with that right leg, weight through the right leg, you're going to inhale forwards. Let that leg come up behind you. And then squeeze the glute to return. And try and control it. Try not to panic and come back as quickly as you can. Forward. Squeeze to return. Good. And again, forward. Squeeze to return. Good. Inhale with the down. Exhale as you squeeze the glutes and come back up. We've got 4 more on this leg. Inhale forward. Squeeze as we come back up and exhale. Inhale forward. We've got 2 more. Inhale forwards. Squeeze to return. And 1 more. Forwards. Squeeze to return. Shake the legs out. We've got 1 more set of that to do, and that's with the other foot. So put your other foot forward. The bad news is your body normally chooses your best foot first. So your most wobbly one's usually the second one. Your body knows which is the strongest and picks that one. So at this time, opposite side, this is my left leg. Come forwards. Try and balance. Exhale, squeeze the glutes and come back. Good. Inhale forward. Exhale, back. Inhale. Squeeze that glute. Exhale and come back. Forward. Squeeze to return. Good. 4 more. Inhale forward. Exhale, return. Last 3. And 2 more. Inhale forward. Exhale to return. And last one. Inhale forward. Exhale. Squeeze to return. Good. Well done. Okay, take a quick drink if you've got a drink, and then we're going to move on to our second of the main exercises. So this is going to be our lunge with rotations. And we're going to add a reach into this lunge as well. So our initial lunge is a simple lunge forward, bring the arms forward, our back knee touches the floor, but we try and keep our weight through the front leg. So we're not transferring all the weight into that back leg. So the weight is in here, our hands are forward, and then we just push to return. So we're going to inhale forwards, exhale to return. So all on the same leg to start with. This isn't alternating. This is all with the right leg. Inhale forward. Exhale to return. Really control the breath. Inhale forward. Keep that tummy tucked in. So the whole time we do Pilates, we have our tummy drawn in, tucked in, good posture. Everything engaged. Forward. Exhale to come back. Forward. Exhale back. We've got 2 more. Inhale, exhale. Good. Little shake off the legs. And then we move straight onto the other leg. So for me, this is now the left leg forward. So forward, reach the arms as we inhale, exhale, return. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, keep that tummy tucked in. Exhale. Keep it moving with the breath. Inhale. Three more. Good. And one more. Good. And shake the legs. Okay, the next one, we're going to add a rotation in. I'm going to move to the other side of my mat because I want to stay with going first with my right leg, but I want to rotate towards you so you can see the movement. So the next one will be lunge forward as we inhale. Exhale, we rotate. Inhale, we come back. Exhale, we step up. So it's now 4 parts, 4 breaths. So right leg first, inhale forward. Exhale, rotate, keeping that tummy tucked, keeping everything nice and tight. Return and back. Inhale. Exhale, rotate. Inhale, return. Exhale to stand. And again, inhale forward. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. So it's the 4 parts. Again, keeping that tummy nice and tight the whole time. And keep moving through. Good. 3 more. Last one. Inhale. Exhale, rotate. Inhale, return. Exhale to stand. Good. Give the legs a little shake. And then we're going to go straight in on the other leg. So this time for me is the left. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And stand. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Stand. Good. Keep moving through. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Stand. Forward. Rotation. Return. Stand. 3 more. Forward. Rotation. Return. Stand. Last 2. And last one. Good. And just shake the legs off. Okay, the bit we've all been waiting for. We're now going to go down onto the mat, get a quick drink. We're going to start, excuse me, we're going to start with a little bit of lengthening through the spine. So we're going to start on all fours. So we're in that nice flat position. Our hands should be beneath our shoulders, our knees should be beneath our hips, and our back should be in that nice neutral position. So we're not arched in and we're not rounded off. It's just that nice flat natural position. To start with, we are going to extend opposite arm and leg. So if we start with our right hand, that means we start with our left foot. So the movement comes out into a long stretch like this. The toe is pointed, the hand is facing towards the wall, so towards the camera or away from you. So the hand's not down, it's forward in this position. Nice, relaxed, but flat hand, not in a fist and not splayed. So nice and controlled. We then bring it back to the mat with an inhale. So then we go to the other side. We exhale through the left hand and the right foot. We lengthen through the spine as much as we can. We inhale to return. So we alternate sides. Extend with the exhalation. Inhale to return to mat. The torso should be staying as still as possible. All the movement is coming through from the hip and the shoulder girdle. Extend. And inhale to bring back to the mat. Extend. You're trying to make as flat a line as possible as you extend the hand and the foot. A long line which goes from the hand down the shoulder, through the body, and out through the leg. So a nice long top line, straightening out that spine. Inhale to return. Exhale to extend. Inhale to return. Remembering to keep that tummy nice and tight, so just keeping that stomach drawn in, as if you're bringing your belly button towards your spine. Just keeping it nicely engaged. We've got one more on each side. Extend. And last one. Good. Sit your bum back on your feet and then just go into child's pose or whatever's comfortable for you. You can have the hands reach forward. This is how I prefer to do it. Or traditional child's pose with the hands at the side of your legs here. Whatever's good for you. And just take 2 nice deep breaths. And then we're going to get up into that same position again. This time, we're going to do a little arc with the foot. So to show you to the front of the camera, when my foot extends out, my foot is going to come down to one side and tap, come back up, down to the other side and back up. So it's making a kind of diagonal shape behind you, or it feels a little bit like a crescent if you make it a little bit more curved. So what I mean by that, same position as we were before, that nice 4-point position. We extend the hand and the leg on the exhalation. The hand then stays still. The foot comes beyond the other foot, taps down, comes back up really slowly, taps to the other side of the mat, comes back up, and then return to the mat. So we do exhale to extend, inhale, tap foot, exhale, lift foot, inhale, tap foot, exhale, lift foot, inhale, back to mat. So maybe try and do a few reps before you worry too much about the breathing. So let's start right hand, left foot, extend, Foot taps behind the other foot, comes back up, foot taps other side, back up, return to mat. Other side, left hand, right leg, extend. Foot comes over, back up, foot taps down, back up, return to mat. The movement from the leg should be coming from the glutes. Extend out, tap, up, tap, up, return to mat. Keep that going, opposite side. Extend, tap the foot, bring it back. Tap the foot, bring it back. Return to mat. Try and focus on the breathing. Exhale to extend. Inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale back to mat. And again, exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Return to mat. Okay, 2 more on each side. Exhale. Return. Extend. Tap. Tap. Return. Last one on each side. And last one. Return to mat. Perfect. Sit back on the feet. Have a little stretch. Bring your hands forward into child's pose. And again, we just go for 2 or 3 nice, deep, slow breaths. And then when you're ready, come back into same position. So level 3, a little bit faster this one. There's not so much toing and froing with it. This time we're doing pulses. So we will extend, come nice and long, and this time the hand and the leg squeeze up to get a little lift. Do 3 pulses and then back to mat. So we extend with the exhalation, squeeze, 3 little pulses, and back. And again, exhale. Inhale, back to mat. Exhale. And back to mat. Keep that going, keep that rhythm. Extend. Back to mat. Extend. Squeeze. Back to mat. Everything should be nice and straight in this top position. And the pulses are just little movements. Good. Keep it going. We have 1 more on each side. Extend. Squeeze. Back to mat. Last one. Extend. Squeeze. and back to mat. And then drop it down, sit on the backs of your feet, have a nice little stretch, couple of deep breaths. Okay, now when you're ready, we're going to stay on our front, but this time we're going to be lying on our front for one leg kick. So one leg kick, we're going to do 2 different levels of it. And all we do, the first level, we're going to lie with our forehead resting on our hands here. So our forehead will be down into the ground in this position. And what we're thinking about with one leg kick is control. So it's only a small movement. We bring one leg in and we do squeeze, squeeze. So you're squeezing the hamstring and the glute as you do 2 kind of squeezes, and then you put it back down. But you resist as you put it back down. So you don't just go like this and let the leg flop down. It's squeeze, 2 pulses, and down. Then the other side, squeeze, 2 kicks, and down. So you're really controlling and resisting the leg in both positions, coming up for those 2 taps and coming back down. So hands on the floor, face, forehead on the hands, and then squeeze one at a time. Squeeze and back. Squeeze and back. So as you squeeze, that's when we exhale. And we inhale as we take it back down. So you feel it as a... So it's almost like 2 little sharp exhalations as you squeeze that glute and kick the leg. Squeeze and straighten. Squeeze and straighten. And one more on each side. Squeeze. And then just relax. Just let the legs roll a little bit side to side. Let the legs ease off. Okay, so level 2. Same position, only this time we are up on our forearms. So this is meaning that we now get to stretch into that lower back, and we push up through our forearms, using our forearms and our triceps to keep us in that position. So the movement with the legs is exactly the same, only we keep our neck forward and our chin slightly up in this position. And then we do the same again. So we squeeze, control it back, squeeze, control back. Squeeze to the double kick and back. Squeeze and back. Really focus on squeezing through those glutes. Two more each side. Squeeze. And relax. Bring it back into that child's pose to relax. One more deep breath. Good. Now we're going to flip it around. So we're going to go into dead bugs. So this is where we start paying more attention to the core and working on the core. So lying on our back, find a nice comfortable position on your mat. We need to be able to bring the hands up over us in this position. And we're going to raise the legs into tabletop in this position. So we should be in a nice square boxed position. The hands are above our shoulders, knees are above our hips, and we've got our toes pointed in a nice kind of right angle position. So running parallel to the mat. Now, the first level of this, all we're going to do is move the legs, and the legs are going to stay in a bent position like this, but we're going to bring one down and tap the toe and then return. Bring the second one down, tap the toe and return. Think about engaging these lower abdominals to help make this movement. So down and back, down and back. Keep both the hands overhead as we do this. Inhale down, exhale to bring back. Alternate the legs. Sorry, we've got a dog in shot. Good. Inhale down, exhale back. And two more. And relax. Bring your knees into your chest and just sit in that position and roll. And excuse me a minute, I have a dog that needs to be out. Just roll around in that position with your knees hugged into your chest and take 3 nice deep breaths. And just hold that position. And then we're going to go back into the same movement. This time, the leg and the arm is going to move. So in this position, we are going to come, one toe comes down to tap, the opposite arm is going to come out this way and then back. So it's a bit like an upside down bird dog that we've just done. Toe down and back. Thinking about squeezing through the abdominals and coordinating the movement. Foot out and back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Alternate those movements, inhaling as we extend, exhaling as we come back. Keep it moving with the breath. Nice and controlled. One more each side. Extend and back. And then again, bring those knees into chest. Just lie on your back, roll those legs around, and just have a nice little stretch and a couple of deep breaths. I swear this dog wants to be the star of my videos. It's only with the one dog that ever interferes. Okay, when you're ready, let's get back into that same position. Arms up the head, legs into that nice box position. This time we're going for the full version. So that means a full leg and a full arm extends. The leg wants to come down to the floor, but not on the floor. So my leg's not actually touching the floor there. I can just feel it on the calf, but I'm not putting it completely down. That makes sense. We want to stay fully engaged all through the body, and then we bring it back up. So opposite sides, leg extends, arm extends. Extend, return. Good. Inhale, exhale to return. Inhale, exhale to return. Good. Keep it moving. Inhale, exhale. Really focus on keeping those abdominals engaged the whole way through. Two more each side. Extend, return. Extend. One more. Good. And again, bring those knees into chest. Just rock around. Whatever your body feels it needs to stretch, give it a little stretch and a couple little breaths. Okay, we're going to take that one step further. I don't normally do 4 levels, but I feel this one just leads so nicely into what is called an Alekna. So with an Alekna, we're in that same position. If you can't do this, that's absolutely fine. You can always stay with one of the previous versions that we had. So from this position, we're going to extend both arms and both legs. None touches the ground. They just go into full extension. And then we squeeze and we come back in. Extend. Come back. Inhale as we extend. And come back. Good. Keep that going. Extend. Squeeze the abdominals to lift you back. Extend. Squeeze. Extend. Squeeze. Extend. Good. Let's hit 3 more. Full extension. Exhale, come back. Inhale. And return. One more. Good. Grab those knees. Last little bit. Just rock around. Good. And relax. Okay. So the next one we're going to do, it's another core exercise. It's another one where we're going to be lying on our back in that position. Only this time we're doing alternate elbow up to alternate knee. So I'm going to take you through it again in 3 different levels. And we're going to start off with legs bent. So we're going to start in this position on the floor, same as we were. Legs are bent and legs are on the floor. Dog's going crazy. Metal, no. Go away. Dog's having a zoomie. Okay, so hands behind the head, feet just lightly on the floor in this position. And then what we're going to do is you're using your abdominals to pull you up and in. And then we're going to bring one elbow to one knee and back down. So squeeze the abdominals to bring that elbow to the knee. So we're using the lower abdominals to lift the leg, the upper abdominals to bring the elbow in. So you're squeezing it in both ways. Squeeze. And we're doing alternate sides here. So left knee, right elbow, and back down. Left knee, right elbow, back down. Inhale. Exhale to release. Inhale. Exhale to release. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And again. We got 3 more each side. Squeeze, down, squeeze. Last one. Good, and relax. Take a full body stretch. So stretch the feet long and stretch the arms long. We've got one more version of that exercise, and then we've got a couple of little stretches to finish off. Well done. So just take a couple of deep breaths in that full body stretch. Good, and then bring it back in. So this time, if we can, we're going to straighten the legs. So the legs are going to be straight, the hands are going to be tucked behind the head again, and this time we're going to curl up and extend back. Tighten that tummy. Really use all the muscles in the tummy there, all those abdominals and deep core, and return. Squeeze and return. So lift the shoulders and lift the knee. Squeeze that whole core area. Inhale. Exhale to send away. Inhale. Exhale away. Good. 4 more. And last one. Good. Take a quick stretch out. And then we're going to quickly add a sneaky extra little one on there. We're going to do that exact same exercise again, but double time. So head, hands behind the head. And then we're going to bring one knee in and we're going to try and switch. So it's double time. Switch, switch, switch. Good. Let's go 10 more. 10, 9, 8, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. And relax. Big stretch. Stretch the arms over your head. Stretch the toes as long as they can. And just let all those abdominals release through. And just nice little stretch. That's us all done. We're going to finish with a little stretch now. So just take 2 deep breaths for me. Good. And then all we're going to do, roll onto your front. We're going to stretch out that abdominal region a little bit more and stretch out that lower back. So pop your hands level with shoulders on the mat and just gently push up. Just stretch out through the front of the abdominals and stretching in through that lower back. Just look up to the sky and take a few nice deep breaths in that position. Then push up, push back into that child's pose again. So just sit in this position for a few seconds. And then bring it gently into a seated position. We're going to sit cross-legged, one leg up in front of the other, one leg crossed in front of us. The leg that you've got up in this position, take the opposite side hand, hold on to the side of the leg, bring your other hand behind you and just twist around and look over that back shoulder. And just feel that stretch through the lower back. Nice little twist through the back. And you feel that stretch in the glute as you pull this knee over stretching through the hip there. And then the other side, switch the legs around, other hand on the knee, look over the other shoulder. And again, just pulling that leg across you to get a nice stretch in through the glute and a nice stretch in through the lower back. And then just bring it to front. Pop both legs together and then just butterfly the legs. It's just opening up the hips and the adductors. Push down with those elbows through the legs. It's a nice little stretch. And then cross the legs, hands on the knees, and then just take a couple nice deep breaths. Close the eyes, take a deep breath in, and exhale. And again, deep breath in, and exhale. And then open the eyes. And that's us all done. Well done, and hope to see you all online again next week or in person on Thursday or Friday. Thank you very much.